Hi everyone, I'm in my office and I've just finished doing my work, so I thought it would be a nice time to sit down and have a little chat. Before I begin, I just want to say a big thank you for the positive comments that I received after my last video. I truly am very grateful. It really means a lot, and I really appreciate being surrounded by that kind of beautiful positive energy. So thank you. And it also seems that my dog Hank has made quite an impression. I have to admit, he really is a great dog. I'm looking over here because he's sitting on the sofa next to me, just lazing around. The great thing is, when I want to sit around, he's happy to sit around and relax. When I'm up for some exercise, he's up for some exercise. He just mirrors me in every way. It's so lovely. I really do thank my lucky stars for such a gorgeous, loyal companion who's by my side most of the day, really. Having a dog really does come with so many benefits, but one of the best things is that it makes you get outside to walk them every day, which does wonders for both your physical and your mental health. I grew up with dogs, and getting out in nature, walking a dog, was really one of the most beautiful features of my childhood. Then as I got older, I started rescuing dogs, and really there's never been a time in our family where we haven't had one or even quite a few dogs. And to me, a walk in the countryside never feels like a proper walk or a really fulfilling walk unless we've got a dog or two to enjoy it with. And on that note, today I'm taking you somewhere very special. It's one of my absolute favourite spots here in Qatar, called Purple Island. It's actually about an hour's drive from Doha city up towards Al Khor, and it honestly feels like a completely different world up there. It's known for its mangroves, its wildlife, and its quiet, untamed beauty. Sometimes in the winter months you can even see flamingos there, which really is truly magical. Historically, the area was important for fishing and natural dye production, but now it's just a peaceful place to enjoy and relax. I go there really regularly to walk, cycle and swim when the weather's a bit warmer, and sometimes I'll take my paddleboard too, and Hank loves to float along with me. And when I come back from our walk there today, I want to talk to you about mindfulness. Like I said, there are so many wonderful well-being benefits to being outdoors in nature, but today I want to focus specifically on how places like this give us the perfect opportunity to practice mindfulness. Mindfulness is something that sounds simple, but can feel surprisingly hard in everyday life. But nature seems to invite us into it effortlessly. So it's a perfect place to go and really focus on that. So for now, let's slow down, breathe a little deeper, and take in Purple Island together. So we're back. You know, I often ask myself, can I really be bothered to go all that way and spend the energy? But without fail, I always feel so much better for it afterwards. So it's always important to push past that little voice of resistance that's telling you it'd be so much easier just to, relax and stay on the sofa and not go out. But, without fail, I always feel great for it. And it's always so wonderful to soak in the scenery at Purple Island, which really is what mindfulness is all about. Being fully present and paying attention to what's happening right now in this very moment without judgment. So often our minds aren't really here at all. When our thoughts keep looping around the past, replaying things we wish we'd done differently or moments we regret, it can leave us feeling low, heavy, even depressed. And when our thoughts are constantly racing ahead into the future, worrying about what might happen, what could go wrong, that's when, anxiety can take hold. But when we bring our attention fully into the present moment, something softens. There's often a sense of calm, or at least a little more space to breathe. And nature really is such a powerful teacher of this. When you're outdoors, you can start by noticing the bigger picture, the macro details, the way the rocks sit, shaped by time. And on Purple Island, I just love the kind of like the view of the hills, the jebels, as we call them, undulating, across the skyline. The way the rocks sit, shaped by time, and the mood of the sky, whether it feels dramatic, peaceful, or just kind of wide open, and the abundance of green in a space, or the way the land meets the water. And then you can gently bring your attention closer to the micro details, almost like, a quiet treasure hunt. So noticing things like the delicate structure of a flower, the colours and textures in a single rock, the patterns in shells, in leaves or branches, each one completely unique. The dappled sunlight on ripples of water, I often find myself mesmerised by that. It's something that I really love. The movement of tiny fish, often responding to shadows when we wave our arms along bodies of water, and the tiny fish, they'll often kind of move according to the shadows you're creating with your movement. And the gentle rhythm of waves. I think there's something really primal about that. Fire and waves, there's something that really kind of can draw you in. And when you're truly looking, really noticing and becoming fully absorbed, your mind doesn't have as much room to wander into the past or into the future. It's right here with you in this moment. So you can edge out that ruminating, that going over things, and just be fully present without judgment in the moment. And that's really something we can return to again and again. Whether we're in a wild, natural space, which is ideal, like I said, it really supports mindfulness, or simply pausing to notice what's around us in everyday life, at home or wherever we might be. So mindfulness really is supported by a great deal of research, and mindfulness stress reduction interventions have become increasingly popular in workplace settings because the benefits are widely documented, widely known. So it'd be amazing if we could all take the time to consciously try and incorporate mindfulness into our everyday lives, or at least to try and do it when we're on our walks out in nature, and really notice, the macro picture and the micro details. So thank you for being here with me today and for taking this moment with me to slow down. I hope you can carry a little of this calm with you into the rest of your day and your week. Take care.